Hey folks, welcome to the village. Out in the garden today, got these garden boxes I made. Gonna work on putting a little trellis behind here. Probably gonna grow vertically some beans or something in this box. So just something to grow up to and keep it off the fence. I have some leftover pieces of rough sawn cedar over there. I'm gonna take and cut those to length, shoot them together with some 1-inch galvanized brads. And maybe, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna secure them against the box. Again, I want to keep it off the fence. So let me get over there and we'll start working on laying that out, cutting those to length and getting those put together. Okay, what I've done here is I've laid out my setup. It's gonna be 5 foot across, foot spacing on the boards going down. I just took a piece of slotted channel up here. Just gonna lay that down. That uses a template. I can just run my boards up against it. I can just mark and just staple, or not staple, but brad nail on the cross beams across, just to keep everything kind of lined up. I'm going to take all these boards and measure these now. We'll cut those to length, and then we'll measure out our other boards over there, and we'll cut those, and we'll take the nailer and we'll just start nailing these bad boys. We'll mark them all, and then we'll start nailing them all on there and get it all put together. Not looking for perfection, just something that looks good. And sturdy enough to hold up, you know, decent amount of weight growing up. So let's go ahead and measure these boards and we'll get these cut to length. Okay, we got all the long boards going down, all cut to length. I've laid out, I'm gonna work on the spacing for these guys going across. I was gonna cut them to the 5 foot length, but I think I'm gonna leave them a little longer like this, just for a little overhang, just extra. Yeah, no plans to this, just kind of going off the top of my head as I go. Just making sure everything's cut right and measured. Just kind of make it look pretty good. So let me go ahead and space these out and see what we're going to do on that, and then we'll get the nailer fired up and get these things put together. Didn't account for my spacing up against the fence, so I can't leave them as long as I wanted. I will still let them overhang the ends, but I'm going to cut them to 5'4". That'll just give me a couple inches off of each end post. Just for a little more extra room to grab stuff onto. So we'll go ahead and measure these out. Then I'm going to adjust the spacing a little bit, and then we'll get those guys nailed on there. Yeah, I think that'll work. So let me go ahead and get these measured out and spaced. We'll cut them up to length, and we'll start putting this together. Okay, what I decided on this, working across from the far to close, 1 foot on the inside edge on the spacing across, and then going down 12-inch spacing to the top edge of the boards. So I think that should give us a good enough spacing where the vines can crawl up of any plant, just have the crossbars for support also to have some crawl across, or anything that's hanging vegetable wise, plant wise, to give it a little more strength. So I want to make sure everything's squared up here pretty good. I think we're pretty good using my angle here to put my pieces against to kind of keep it even. I'll just get my square and put it in here to make sure everything's kind of square going down. And then we'll just kind of space these up by eye going across. And we'll just go ahead and tack these on there with the brad nail with 1-inch galvanized brads, and that should work pretty good. So let me get my square and we'll get this going. To show what I'm doing here to keep my spacing. I got my tape across, of course, keeping my spacing on my boards going, my runners going up and down spaced, running my T-square along the edge of this channel at 12 inches just to keep the distance, and then I can just double check it with my square here and just make sure my uprights are pretty much straight up and down in relationship to the cross members, and just taking as I'm going and just hitting with the brad nailer. I changed up from the inch brad nails. Those weren't long enough. I'm getting a bite, so I went to 1.5 inches. Seems that's going to give us a better bite on the board. So we'll just keep working across and get these put on. Got everything nailed together now. As you can see, turned out pretty good. I did change my spacing a little bit. I changed the 12, but on the other side instead of the top side, so a little bit closer together. So I added an extra row, just a couple pieces I used together down there. I didn't feel like ripping another board apart, but it's gonna be a bottom, you're really gonna see it. Gonna take and clean up a couple things. Then we'll take it over there and we'll go back into the garden. I think I'm gonna try to hook it onto the back of the box I'm not sure, but we'll go look at that and see what we can do. So let me get this cleaned up here a little bit. Some of these longer ones, some of these boards are a little thinner. I'm just get the nails on the back. So I use the 1.5 inch. A couple of them came through. I'll clean those up, and then we'll go over in the garden and get this thing put in over there. So let's go at it. As you can see here, I just took in along the edge here. I just took the trellis and I toe-nailed it from the back side from the fence coming this way. And then I toe-nailed it down going this way, and then a couple from the side going in like at an angle like this, just to get it secure. And you can see it as I pan up there. Sorry about the sun glare. So that way now when I grow anything vertically within this box, just grow right up the trellis. I did unfortunately over here to have to just secure it a couple places. There was some nails into the fence I didn't want to, but just to kind of steady it a little bit. But it came out pretty good. Again, there we go, finished. Sorry about the sunlight up there. There we go. And I'm gonna do one for the other box and back them also. I just don't have enough wood at the time, and I still have to rip down some other boards. But if you did like it, enjoyed watching today, have any questions, comments, put them down below. If you like it, hit that like button. If you want to subscribe and watch us do other things out here at the village, smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, you know, when we post stuff. More of a straight on shot here, just I'll give you guys a little better look at it. You can see the box just down there. Just put the level on it, make sure it's level, and there you go, right up to the top of the fence. Again, thanks for watching, folks, and tune in soon. We'll be doing the other box over there and a couple other projects coming up, as long as the weather like today holds up. Thanks for watching.